school valedictorian defies his school's prayer ban, ripping up his pre-approved graduation speech and going with this instead.
I'm so thankful that both of my parents led me to the Lord at a young age. And I think most of you will understand when I say, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come.
Joining us right now is Roy Costner the fourth. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good to see you, Roy.
Good to see you.
Wow, that's a brave move. How'd you decide to do the Lord's Prayer instead of finishing your valedictorian speech?
Well, we had a lot of controversy at our school from different types of organizations such as ACLU and Freedom from Religion contacting them a few months back, seeing letters of intent for lawsuit just because they're praying before school board meetings. The district then contacted their attorneys, and the South Carolina State Attorney contacted them saying you need to get rid of it, you need to have a moment of silence or a sectarian prayer. And with this that came along, it kind of sparked up our community. Our community is fully supportive of Christianity.
So you had a meeting with the principal before you were going to give the speech as well as the salutatorian. And she said, look, you can't, I don't care if you're going to talk about Allah or God or Jesus or whomever, but you can't do it.
Right.
And at that point you decided what?
I decided that God is such an important part of my life. I feel like if we take him out of school, I think it's going to hurt the school more than help it. I've noticed this past year more types of arguments, more types of fights going on that I think could be prevented with bringing God back into school.
So here's what your school said about it. Pickens County School District statement. The bottom line is we're not going to punish students for expressing their religious faith. He's a graduate now. There's nothing we can do about it, even if we wanted to. Your response?
Well, I'm very happy they're not going to. As I got up on stage, I was extremely nervous because I had no idea what kind of reaction I would have. As you can see in the video, as I ripped up my speech, I was very scared because I didn't know this, but behind me, they were turning their heads down because they were scared of what I actually say on.
So those are the school administrators right behind you there on the video?
Right, and if you notice the woman in blonde, she's actually our superintendent who smiled several times throughout the prayer.
Ah, did you have a chance to speak to her after?
I spoke with all of them, but due to their positions, they're not allowed to say whether they enjoyed it or not. They just said, I respect you for what you did.
Well, you and I have a lot in common. I was also valedictorian, and I also believe in standing up for what you believe in.
Well, thank you.
I think it makes you a better role model for your eventual children that you may have as well. Roy Costner IV, congratulations on the honor and for taking a stand.
Thank you.
All right, have a great summer.
You too.